The Newfie Growlers are back and with a monumental task in front of them. 43 wins on the year, and it sets the stage for us to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in round one. But we did have the question coming into this episode of what do we look to do with the lineup? Because obviously, throughout the year, we had to make some changes. Nick Ruscia, the backup goaltender, or the guy just couldn't get it done. Defensively, some concerns. Belmar, in particular. And then forward-wise, of course, we tried a couple of different options. And a prevailing theme in the comment section happened to be just stack the lines as best you can, screw chemistry, and just see what the hell happens. And ultimately, I think that might be what we try. Why not? What do we have to lose by rolling out a top line of Wes Corazzini, Zach LaRue, and Cole Huckins? The second line, Hines gets dropped by one, Hannon's still there, and Pascal Duchesne is going to get a hell of an opportunity here to try and prove himself. I mean, 24 points on the fourth line. We know he's a former 50-point getter in this league, 20-goal scorer, so who knows what he might do. Then you have Philippe Rayome with LaPierre and Boucher, who, again, aren't that bad. Of course, you look at Boucher right now, it's more of a morale thing, but LaPierre and Boucher are capable of putting up points, and then Loshings with Gill and Jean Robida, who, it kind of sucks he scored as many goals as he did and would be on the fourth line. But, the alternative there is to run Duchesne on the fourth at this stage. And it's like, why really bother? So, I don't hate this idea. Defensively, it would be Laflemme and Leroy, Sauvé and Bates, and Camachi would draw in, or at least stay in, alongside Louis Deschamps. And goaltender, of course, would be Cousineau. Maybe a short leash, though. Maybe old Nick Ruscia gets an opportunity now. Of course, the power play is where things would still be a little bit different. Boucher and Loshing, Robida, all included, just by going off of best lines. The fact of the matter is, we kind of know this. The team's not amazing. It really isn't. Good enough to make the playoffs in the sim, but in terms of winning individual series, I just don't know if that's going to happen at all, let alone consistently. So we'll see what happens. I'm willing to try things with this lineup here. Maybe we go back to trusting chemistry. Hey, if this fails, then maybe chemistry does mean something after all. But to take a look at the overall ratings here really quickly, 83, 81, and a 71. It's not too bad. Obviously, it's a little bit lower. And Tampa rocking an 89, an 82, and an 81. So, obviously on paper, not exactly where we want to be, but crazier things have happened. Let's take a look at this Tampa lineup just to see exactly what we're up against as we see Dylan Guenther, Braden Point, and Taylor Radish on the top line. Braden Point now 37 years old. Second line of Carl Grunstrom, as the voice gives out, Antonio Stranges, Stranges, I guess, and Anton Lundell. A third line, Axel Janssen-Falby, I believe it is, with Mohamed Bobolev and Nelson Cook. And a fourth line, Teemu Koistinen, Brett Howden, and Frank Hirsch. So, it's a pretty good team still. Defensively, though, this could be our equalizer. It's Olli Levy and Emil Viro, Will Harima with Zach Werenski, and Matthias Norlinder with Yanni Yormo. So, it's a possibility that we can do some good here. Nick Lidstrom, go figure, is their goaltender. Scratches of Jean-Luc Foudy and Ulf Lindqvist. We got a shot. We do. Might not be the biggest percentage in the world, but, crazier things have happened. We're going to try this different lineup. We'll make adjustments if we have to. But for now, let's get this series underway. Technically, our second ever postseason appearance. Of course, we're going to ignore that one time we accidentally made the playoffs by signing a bunch of veterans. So here we go. Series begins in Tampa. We lost out on home ice advantage the back half of the season. See if it comes back to haunt us. First period of game one, and that is a very interesting start. Deschamps, Huckins, and Hannon with 3 unanswered goals within 6 minutes to start the game. Guenther and Stranges able to get 2 back. 3-2 at the end of the first. This team has scored an incredible amount of goals in a playoff game before, so who's to say what might happen here? Second period, Tampa takes the lead is what happens. Stranges again, Guenther again, Leroy on the power play to tie it at 4, but then Anton Lundell has the difference maker. 24 shots, 19. Cousineau is just not getting it done right now Power play for Tampa goes to waste. I mean, we're still within 1, but you give up 5 goals in a playoff game on 21 shots or less, you're probably not going to win that game. As Tampa continues to get power play chances, we have 5 minutes to go here in the period and in regulation, and that will do it. So 5-4 is the final score. We outshoot Tampa, but we do not outscore them. Stranges, Genther, and Nedeljkovic, who stepped in after their starter was pulled, get the job done. And yeah, it's fairly obvious, an 808 for Cousineau. It's just not good enough. The fans might just maybe possibly be calling for Russia, which I would understand. The question is, how quickly do we go to him? Because if I start him in game 2, there are going to be some that just accuse me of costing the team by trying to meme. So we're going to stick with it. Leroux had a great first game. Let's see what happens. I mean, again, if the defense and the goaltending can get, settled here, we might have a shot. First period of game 2 is scoreless. They did outshoot us in that one. Second period, Tampa has the 1-0 lead. Stranges already his 3rd goal in the series. And we are not exactly looking up to the task to score goals here, as scary as that is. We do have a power play chance, though. 5-on-3 even, but nothing doing for us. And it looks like Tampa Bay Lightning are going to take this one. Barring a late goal to send it to overtime. No. 24 shots, no goals. A 1-0 shutout victory for the Lightning. Lidstrom bounces back in a big time way. Cousineau was great. But so far, the offense shows up, the goaltending's awful. The goaltending shows up, the offense is non-existent. No consistency for us at this stage. Robida has not had a great start. And that top unit has not been great either. The top line's got to be broken up. Let's go with Sauve and Laflamme. Well, we got to make a change here. I mean, Leroy has been brutal. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to avoid. As much as I'd like to have that +3, there's really nothing we can do to avoid that minus. So that's just not going to happen. We know Deschamps works well with Laflamme. Let's just try that. Aside from that, we're going to stick with it, I think. Let's just give it a shot. It's game 3, a must-win. If we come up short here, then it's really not looking all that good, is it? First period, 6 goals combined. Laflamme, Robida, and Leroux both on the power play, but they scored a shorty with Lundell. Howden scored, and Lundell scored again. So we are tied at 3 apiece. Second period, we're tied at 5 apiece. Huckins and Leroy, but again, we blow the lead. Simply can't hang on to it. So yet again, offense shows up. Defense and goaltending is practically non-existent. We just can't get both sides, of the coin, I guess, for lack of a better term, to be where we need it to be. Now, Hannon does score. 4 minutes left. Can we hold on? You can tell I'm trying not to be too optimistic here. Yes. But maybe, just maybe, we should have some optimism. Hannon wins it. 6-5 is your final score. And that was one hell of a win for the Growlers to stay alive in the series. Leroy was amazing. I mean, we had some minus players for sure. But all in all, pretty damn good. And we get the win in Game 3. So, once more, we will not be swept, which is about the most I can ask for. Obviously going to leave the team the same going into Game 4. No real reason to change it at this stage. Let's see what we can do. First period, scoreless. Second period, not scoreless. Hannon on the power play. Our power play has been unbelievable. Of course, it was really good in the regular season, too. And Hugo Laflamme scores. We're up 2-0. Shots are close. Aiden Hannon makes it 3. And the Newfie Growlers, oh boy. See, we can't get too excited. Lundell scores again. Growlers back up by 2. Can Tampa tie this one up, or are they going to run out of time? Power play for the Lightning goes to waste. Under 4 minutes to play now. And the Newfoundland Growlers have tied this series up at 2 apiece. Home team is yet to lose. Kusino with a phenomenal performance. Hannon was great as well. And now it's time to see if that home team winning trend is going to continue. I mean, we scored 9 goals in 2 games. It's proof positive that the offense can be there. I mean, I just won back-to-back games. I'd get roasted in my own comment section if I were to try to make changes, so I won't. Let's see what happens. Let's do it. First period, and that's not great. Hannon scored again, but Genther, Viro, and Stranges. It's 3-1 Lightning. Second period, we get back into it, though. Bates and Hannon tied it. Hannon's been unbelievable, but Genther scores again. 4-3 Tampa. 4 goals on 19 shots. Hugo Laflamme on the power play. We're tied at 4. If Kusino can just get his shit together, Loshing. Come on. Wasted power play for the Lightning. 8 minutes left. Can we win 3 straight games? Camachi. Oh my God. Of all people to score Jameson Camachi, the Growlers have won 3 straight and have 2 opportunities to close out this series after a 6-4 win in Game 5. Unbelievable. 15 goals over the last 3 games. Hannon has 6 goals in this series. I mean, Corazzini's been solid, LaRue's been solid, Huckins has been solid. 5-on-5, they haven't done the best. Hines has been okay. Duchesne's been great. Hannon's been great. That third line hasn't really produced much. I need to check to see if Guy Boucher is just fighting every game, because goddamn. Hugo, I mean, 5-on-5, he's been awful, judging by that plus-minus, as has Leroy, but Bates and Camachi working pretty well together. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be an answer to get better defensive results here. We're going to keep the team the same, obviously, aside from just switching sides for the defensemen. At least until Game 7 comes up, there's no real reason to change anything. There are some areas of concern, but we've tried to work out those kinks in the regular season. In the playoffs, we're just going to run with it for the moment and see what happens. We have a 3-2 series lead. Can we close out Tampa on home ice to win a playoff series for the very first time? First period, 2-1 Growlers. Genther scores the opener, Robida and Leroy with the goals, including Leroy from center ice. We're up 2-1. Second period, we're up 4-2. Corazzini and Leroy again. Hirsch gets one back for Tampa. 13 shots for the Lightning. Heading in to the third period. Are the Growlers about to win a playoff series for the very first time? Lindell has something to say about that. It's 20-33. LaRue scores a minute and 3 seconds later. We're back up 5-3. Unbelievable, the goal-scoring efficiency that we've had. Talk about a goaltender who needs to get it together. The Growlers. Howden scores. 1:04 to go. We are going to see how this goes down. 1:04 remaining. It is time to find out if we can hold on and punch our ticket to the second round. Or if the Lightning have something ridiculous in store. So here we are. We win the face-off. Probably switch it over to True Broadcast really quickly, because why the hell not? I know people prefer it. Even if it's a pain in the ass to forget that you changed it heading into an EASHL game, but that's okay. Here we are. Philippe Rayom. I was going to say Pascal Rayom. Battling in the corner. 1:10 to go. Big scrum in the corner. Tampa comes up with it. Here's Hirsch. Has a goal, but gets decked on that attempt. Big scramble for it in the neutral zone. Here come the Growlers. Rayom, a chip shot in on Lidstrom. Brings us to a face-off. 57 seconds to go. Corazzini, LaRue, and Huckins are out. Top line be top line. Can the boys shut it down? Face-off goes to point. And here's Dylan Genther. He's been amazing in this series. Genther, straight line speed over to Radish, kick save by Cousineau. Not the biggest save in the world, but we'll take it. Pass over to Huckins, who draws the trip. 44 to go, and the Growlers are going to the power play. It's Emil Viro taking a seat. Gets caught in transition. Here we go. Are we about to win a playoff series for the very first time? LaRue against Lundell. We're 0 for 4 on the man advantage, but LaRue wins the draw. Pass over, one-timer. Or not a one-timer, but just a heavy clap. Blocked down in front, errant pass. It'll send it all the way down the ice, but that's good news for us. As the clock continues to wind down, Tampa has to be aggressive. Couple of quick passes, LaRue. Can't get that follow-up pass over. Tampa in possession here. Olli Levy. 22 to go. Gets to Janssen Falby, who takes the hit. Chance. Goalie's off. On the backhand. Gets it over. Buries it. And the Growlers. Shout out to our mascot, Greg. The Growlers. Wes Corazzini. We're going to round 2. I can't believe it. But we're going to round 2. Sweet camera angle here. I don't see that one nearly enough in the replay system. That's a fantastic camera angle. What the hell, EA? Why don't I see that more often? Newfoundland, Newfoundland, Newfoundland. Robida on the assist. We are going to the second round. It took until 2033. But we are going to round 2.
Whoever your next opponent's going to be.
Love the sportsmanship, love the respect, but it can't be easy at one end.
No, it's really a great tradition that has grown in the sport, but when you're going through that and
now I will say,
your season is over, you are flat, you're out of air.
Now I do like the commentary, but boy, still at times does the crowd noise just not match up to what's going on the ice. It really doesn't. There are just too many moments to me where the crowd that goes too quiet. Especially, you're talking about, a team winning a playoff series for the very first time, and there's that initial jolt of the crowd going kind of crazy, and then it just settles down into nothing, although I do love the replay system. Corazzini, that was right at the camera. Who got first start of the game? Cousineau, probably? I don't think there'll be a highlight for him. No, it was LaRue. A goal and 2 assists. The Growlers, again, for the first time, will be going to the second round. We just somehow beat Tampa. And I think now it's just setting in. What this team managed to do, what Zach LaRue, Hannon, Corazzini, and Huckins managed to do. Again, there are some concerning players in terms of a lack of development, or a lack of production. I mean, Leroy was great. Laflemme 5-on-5, And Cousineau, meh. We just won a playoff series with our goaltender having an .887 save percentage. That might be the biggest fluke win I've ever seen. Tampa started with an .846. Goaltending? What is goaltending? We don't quite know what goaltending is. And neither do the Lightning. We are off to round 2. We will be playing. It's already confirmed, the Ottawa Senators. There it is. But we have home ice in this all-Canadian matchup. Sens and Growlers in round 2. Who knows where this could go from here? But at the very least, we've checked off that box. We have a playoff series win.